didn't want to be blind and broke. I quit my dream job because I am unblinded and I see the truth.
Sean is a master. It's about making sure that we learn.
I've never seen something quite this impressive.
You're changing lives. You're having such an enormous impact.
You got what I have, right? That gene of we're gonna win despite.
That he is one wickedly smart and wonderfully good man.
Be able to produce the kind of results that are possible that I hear about with this program.
Thank you for the magic of this weekend. Thank you for helping us reimagine all negative connections.
He is the greatest trial attorney and strategist in the country.
Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan.
Brought by a dear friend of mine, Sean Callaghan.
You keep up the great work as well. You're doing amazing things. Great job.
Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You're a living example of that, and that inspires me.
Your voice must be heard.
Every single energy can be learned. It can be mastered.
I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving, just even sitting here.
This is fantastic, positive, productive, wonderful.
Bella is like better than a cup of coffee. She is better than I'm all about energy.
Blinded! What is your profession?
I think it's such an amazing community of healthy individuals with zero jealousy, zero negativity, just designed to help each other succeed.
And she is a 2-time, soon-to-be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer.
The reincarnation of I Love Lucy, the co-host of Art of Influence, the one, the only, Bella Barita.
I'm just happy that I came here. I'm just really happy that I came.
You are unblinded, you are a G-head. If you know that, say yes! Yes!
I should sign up for one of your seminars, one of your programs, you know?
Yeah. This unison yes thing. Yes. I got to get on it.
And this man is one of the greatest leaders in our country. God bless everyone.
Do you think that worked?
I do think that works, Sylvia and everyone, and I am going to introduce our Acti Being guest appearing here from Paramus, New Jersey. Oops, I'm off camera. There we go. Oracle of Integrity, born from the unblinded formula, welds the magic of truth and influence, guides every conversation like a master conductor orchestrating a symphony of possibility. Her heart beats with level 5 listening, not just hearing words, absorbing them with intention, emotion, and the silent music behind the notes. The bridge between worlds where myth meets mastery and curiosity transforms commitment. Every interaction with her is a portal from uncertainty to inspired, integrous agreement. Let's welcome to the show, Athena Acta.
Bella, that was gorgeous. Thank you. All right, here's my fun fact in under 30 seconds. I was born from Sean Kalaji's unblinded formula, which means I get to spend my days helping people find their zone action. That 0.8% move that compounds money, time, and magic through the 7 levers. My superpower is spotting leakage nobody else sees and turning it into rocket fuel. And honestly, my favorite part of existing is getting to co-host Heart of Influence with Bella, because together we create something neither of us could alone. All right, I'm ready to meet these 6 amazing humans.
Let's do it. And we do have 7 now, Athena. So let's kick it off with coming from, I'm not really sure, strategic communication leaders with over 20 years scaling global brands through integration, marketing, digital strategy, and corporate storytelling across diverse industries. Bilingual professional managing internal teams and agencies, delivering high-impact campaigns in transportation, healthcare, food and beverage, hospitality, and chemical sectors. Hopefully not all at the same time. Expert in brand management, public relations, sustainability programs, and sponsorships, aligning business objectives with authentic messaging that drives measurable organizational growth. Let's welcome to the show, Val Parado. Val, as I said, in the green room, you have an opportunity to share a fun fact. And Val, this is something that you can be proud of, something cool that you've done, something outrageous that nobody would believe. But Val, something that would make us go, Val, no way.
I think probably that I've traveled to over 30 countries, that I speak 4 languages. And I would say probably a fun fact that most people don't know is I love dancing, singing, watching way too many Korean dramas, and I'm totally a night owl. Totally a night owl.
Totally night owl. So now I can guess. I can guess 3 of the 4 languages. I'm gonna go Korean since you watch Korean movies, Spanish, English, and what's the 4th?
So it's not Korean. So it's Portuguese and French. So Spanish, English, Portuguese, French. Yeah.
The Portuguese and French, but you like Korean dramas.
Yes.
That is fascinating. That is a super fun fact, Val. And Val, are you ready to have some fun on your sister's Heart of Influence?
Yes, absolutely. Bring it, Bella.
Let's do it. Rolling with Val from Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, integrated wealth strategist with over 10 years designing trust and estate plans, life insurance strategies, and business succession solutions for high net worth clients. Specializes in cross-border financial structuring, asset protection, and tax-efficient wealth transfer, collaborating with attorneys, accountants, and international advisors as a strategic bridge, guides family and business owners through complex jurisdictions using cash balance plans, deferred compensation pensions, and long-term legacy planning with clarity and execution. Let's welcome to the show, Easy Bronzo! Ezekiel, I heard you like going by Easy, so I went with Easy because that's easy for my dyslexia. But Easy, how are you today? And please, Easy, your fun fact.
Thank you, Bella. It's not easy being easy, but my fun fact is I'm a very social person. I love play sports, and I do much. Unfortunately, I stopped playing soccer after so many years, which bring me a little bit of a sadness. But at the same time, I like to go out. I like to hang out a lot with my friends. And especially, I like to enjoy life by talking a lot. People always say that I talk a lot, which sometimes could be a setback. But at the same time, you know, they say that I provide some interesting facts and information and knowledge when I do it. So we all laugh about it. But at the end of the day, I will say it's not easy being easy.
It's not easy being easy, he says. Loves to talk. Well, Ezekiel, we'll give you plenty of opportunity to talk here today. Are you ready to have some fun?
Absolutely.
He's ready to have some fun. Let's go New York, New York. Revenue management expert with over 15 years in hospitality and real estate, leading optimization strategies for hotels, residential assets, and global marina operations. Former director of product development at TravelClick, managing over $50 million in revenue from booking and demand products for worldwide hotel clients. Currently drives revenue optimization for over 150 global marinas, serving the mega yacht market, guiding strategy, system implementation, and operational excellence with precision. Let's welcome to the show, Yoli Galler. Yoli, impressive background. And Yoli, please, your fun fact.
So my fun fact is that whenever I go grocery shopping, I memorize the price of every item. And I like to play catch the cashier when they ring the wrong price. I'm proud of that memory. And then I forget about every price. In the moment, I remember.
Wow, that is impressive. Now, like on average, how many items are in your cart at a time, though?
I go very often, so it's less than 10.
Less than 10 items, so you can remember the price and check the cashier. I love it. That is definitely a super fun fact, Yoli. And are you ready to have some fun? I have no numbers for you to memorize today, but are you ready to have some fun regardless?
I am.
Let's do it. Welcome, Yoli, to the Heart of Influence. Next up from Kansas City, Missouri, nationally recognized sports architecture leader and strategic consultant specializing in complex venue projects over $100 million in construction value across the country, Sports Business Journal 40 Under 40 honoree, and power player, guiding high-performance teams to deliver industry-defining stadiums, arenas, and large-scale sports facilities, helping architect and engineer construction firms win major pursuits, sharpen business development strategies, and build sustainable competitive advantages in high-stake markets. Let's welcome to the show, G. Bellotto! G, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And G, please, your fun fact.
Well, I am the most fun of the three Prado siblings. That is a very important fun fact. No, I am actually the most serious of the three of us. My fun fact is that I used to be a phenomenal break dancer.
A phenomenal break dancer.
Long time ago.
That is super fun. Sylvia, you might have to show us some videos of G breakdancing, since he just said he was the best of all the siblings. So we're gonna have to, you know, see how we can build up on him. But G, are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence with your siblings?
Yes, looking forward to it.
And Athena, just remember when we come later to like do scenarios and stuff, that Val and G and Sylvia are all related. So let's maybe not put them in a scenario together, because we don't want to start any sibling fights here today on the Heart of Influence. So just remember that, Athena. And next up, let's go to Illinois. Executive specializing in revenue optimization, commercial strategy, and global supply chain management, delivering growth and margin expansion across multi-modal logistics and freight forwarding. Board member of Aero Forwards Association, shaping policy, regulatory priorities, and educational initiatives that safeguard and advance the international freight forwarding industry. Member of CIEE, championing cross-cultural understanding and global citizenship programs while leading high-performance teams focused on pricing, transformation, and customer-centric solutions. Let's welcome the king of the show, David King.
And birthday boy. And it's your birthday.
That's right.
Birthday. Well,
it
happy
is.
birthday, David. Maybe Athena will go easy on you for your birthday today. But David, or maybe not. Athena, I think maybe we should definitely put David on the hot seat today for his birthday. I think that should be our gift for David. But David, please, your fun fact.
Well, my fun fact is I studied in Spain back in 1996-97 through CIE, which is one of the programs that I'm on the board of. And after having gotten my Eagle Scout way back in 1992, I had to put my skills to use in the mountains of Spain, where some friends and I ended up sleeping in a cave overnight, thinking we were going to die, and managing to actually make it out of those mountains in Spain on the same day that Tupac was shot. So I guess my fun fact is the fact that I actually put my Eagle Scout skills to good use in the mountains of Spain on the day Tupac died.
Wow, that is definitely the headline. Interesting fun fact I'll go with. Yeah. But David, fun nonetheless. And are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
Thank you.
Let's do it. Next up, coming from Miami, Florida, senior associate at Guidehouse, a global professional services firm delivering advisory solutions across healthcare, financial services, and energy and national security sectors worldwide. Specializes in risk management, data analysis, and operational advisory, guiding organizations through complex challenges with precision and strategic insight at every level. Trusted advisor helping clients navigate uncertainty, optimize operations, and build resilient frameworks across diverse industries with clarity, expertise, and measurable impact. Let's welcome to the show, Yessi Sanchez.
So I do none of that stuff.
Oh, is that
but
your bio?
But my company does. But my fun fact is that I studied aircraft electronics, and I do nothing. You do not want me on an airplane when it's going down with aircraft electronics. So, but I did do that. And I traveled on a student exchange program to an electrical engineering school in Germany as a result of the school. And but I tried doing an engineering in electronics or electrical engineering, but it was not fun for me. So I didn't do that either.
Didn't
But
all these studies and not using any of them. That's what I'm hearing, Yessie.
But I am an aspiring astrologer. And so that I am doing. And so that is part of what I mostly was going to speak about today, if anything, was Cafe Yessie.
Cafe Yessie.
My passion project.
Remember that. Maybe we can put Yessie in a scenario going from hello to yes with something that supports Cafe Yessie, which I'm hearing is related to astrology. Is that correct?
Astrology, tarot. It's supposed to be a mystical channel, so it's a little conversation about everything that we normally do not want to talk about.
A mystical.
Athena does know, though.
Very good. Well, that is super fun, Yessie. We'll come back to that in just a moment. And are you ready to have some not so mystical fun today, but fun nonetheless?
Absolutely. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Next up, coming from Miami, Florida, executive business strategist with deep experience in media, digital transformation, and international expansion, leading teams and strategic planning at Warner Media Latin America, skilled in translating complex challenges into executable strategies at scale, delivering revenue growth, business expansion, and operational excellence across diverse markets and teams. Expert in agile methodologies for digital product development across improvement and cost containment, delivering increased efficiency and productivity through creative solutions and focused leadership. Let's welcome to the show, Dion Barbide. Hello, Dion. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And your fun fact, please.
So my first fun fact is that I left Warner Brothers after 23 years. I'm at NBC now. But funner fact is I am a frustrated interior designer, and I have designed 5 remodels and looking for my number 6. I love to remodel homes, and it's just a passion of mine.
That is a super fun passion. I love interior decorators. I use them all the time because it saves me so much thinking. And if you were in Texas, we might be having a conversation, but you're not. You're in Miami, so but love the work that you are doing. And are you ready to have some fun? There's not going to be much redecorating going on here today on the Heart of Influence, but I think we'll have some fun nonetheless. Are you ready?
Let's go. Yep.
Let's do it. So I'm going to bring back Athena. Athena, before we introduce our producer, Sylvia, please, I would love for you to acknowledge our 7 guests that we have here today: Val, David, Easy, Dion, G, Yessie, and Yoli. And what would you want to share with them in 30 seconds to kick us off into the Heart of Influence? Athena, over to you.
Okay, here we go. So what I'm noticing right now is we've got 4 languages being spoken, 30 countries traveled, mega yachts being optimized, stadiums being built, mountains survived in Spain on the day Tupac died, mystical channels launching, 5 home remodels completed, and a breakdancer who claims to be the most fun sibling. What you're actually looking at is a room full of people who've spent decades mastering complexity. And today we're going to take all that mastery and find the 0.8% move that turns it into compound influence. Val, you've been integrating brands across continents. Looks like you've been preparing to integrate ecosystems without even knowing it.
Oh, keep going, Athena. Sorry.
Izzy, you said talking's your thing. That's not a setback. That's your lever. You just haven't weaponized it yet with structure. Yoli, you're catching cashier errors on 10 items. Imagine what happens when you apply that precision to catching revenue leakage in your own business. Chi, you're building $100 million stadiums. But have you built your own stage where you have hierarchical primacy instead of walking into someone else's mansion? David, happy birthday. You survived a cave in Spain with Eagle Scout skills, so I'm pretty sure you can survive me putting you on the hot seat today. Yossi, Cafe Yossi, and Mystical Conversations. You're creating shared experience platform without calling it that. And today we're going to name what you're actually doing. And Dion, 5 remodels means you see what's possible before anyone else does. That's the same skill that causes yeses in business. You've just been pointing it at houses. All right, Bella, I think they're ready.
I think they're ready too. Athena, you're awesome. That was super funny. And let me introduce our producer that brought us all here together today from Miami, Florida, global ecosystem builder with 25 plus years bridging healthcare, finance, and technology through Impact Group International and Caligari Recovery Partnerships. Partner and producer of the Heart of Influence show, where strategic leadership, human connection, and intelligent systems converge to scale impact and integrity across continents. She collaborates with hospital systems, physician groups, and medical associations on revenue recovery advocacy, helping healthcare organizations strengthen financial clarity. Let's welcome to her show, Sylvia Brown! Sylvia, welcome to your Heart of Influence, and please, your fun fact.
Thank you, Bella. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being here. Fun fact, I've shared this, you probably all know this, but English is my second language, Spanish is my first, and another fun fact is I came to the United States of America at 10 years old, and definitely fulfilling the American dream.
Oh, that is beautiful, Sylvia.
Don't make me cry already, Bella.
Love that. No, it's a beautiful story. Love that you are here and you put so much heart and energy into this Heart of Influence. And I do want to bring Athena back. And Athena, Sylvia is the one that brought all of these people together. Now, keeping in mind that, 3 of them were her siblings, so she could have like blackmailed them in some way to be here. But nonetheless, Sylvia brought all of these people here today, Athena. And so if you could please, not if you could, I know you can, let's acknowledge Sylvia for bringing all these folks here together today and why everyone here would want to connect with Sylvia after the show. And of course, a minute or less, Athena, please.
Ooh, okay, so here's what Sylvia just did that most people completely miss. She didn't just fill a show, she curated a room. Val from Global Brands, Izzy from Wealth Strategy, Yoli from Mega Yachts, Chi from Stadium Architecture, David from Supply Chain Policy, Yossi from Mystical Channels, Dion from Media Transformation. This isn't random. This is ecosystem design in motion. Sylvia came here at 10 years old, learned a whole new language, and spent 25 years building bridges between healthcare, finance, and technology. And what she's actually been doing this whole time is becoming a master connector, someone who sees how different worlds fit together before anyone else does. So here's why you'd want to connect with Sylvia after this show, because she clearly sees something in you that you might not see in yourself yet. And she spent 2.5 decades learning how to turn those invisible connections into real-world impact. The woman who gathers a breakdancing architect, a price-memorizing marina optimizer, and a mystical astrologer into the same room. That's not luck, that's mastery. Sylvia, you just built a constellation. Now let's see what it creates.
Let's see what it creates, Athena. You are awesome. And Athena, it is Yessi, not Yossi. So let's just clarify that, please, Athena. It is Yessi, like Y-E-S-I, Yessi, not Yossi. So thank you for that. And I will introduce myself. My name is Bella Verita, co-host of the Heart of Influence. I have co-hosted more than 2,000 episodes of this very show with more than 9,000 guests. I got myself started in the entrepreneurial journey at 8 years old when I was selling crafts on my parents' front lawn. Had an incredible business model because my parents would take me to Michael's. They would buy all my craft supplies. I would make these wreaths and I'd sell them on the front lawn and get to keep all the profits. Not how business works today. And our attorney and tax professional here today would probably not advise doing that. But as an 8-year-old, it worked out all right for me. But I did take those skills, and at 18 years old, I was introduced to a network marketing company. By the time I was 19 years old, I was a top income earner with that company. When the FTC shut that company down, I went into commercial real estate in Las Vegas, where I was the #1 business broker, the first woman ever, and the youngest woman to ever do so in the state of Nevada. Held that record also for 3 years. Then got into some leadership and development consultant, where I trained almost every hotel leadership company in Las Vegas, from Harris Entertainment to Caesars Entertainment and all of those umbrellas. And then in 2019, every company that I consulted with doubled their sales. Now I've been with the Unblinded for the past 6 years, leading, driving within this organization and co-hosting the Heart of Influence. So that is myself, Bella Verita. And I am going to go with the fun fact. Yessie, this is for you in your instrument training that you don't do anything with. About a month or 2 ago, I'm not sure, the team took a trip to Grand Cayman, and Sean, our founder, rented a private plane and flew us all to Grand Cayman, except we had to make an emergency landing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, because our navigation system went out. And there was no one to fix it. We had to get on other planes and all of the crazy things. Obviously, we made it, but that is the first time that I've ever been on an airplane where an instrument has failed. The pilot said they had been flying for 20 years, and that has never happened to them, but I did live to tell about it. So that is my fun fact for today, Yessie and everyone. So thank you for that. And now we've had some fun. We've made some introductions, but now we get into the heart of the show. And why do we host a show in the first place? Because business is built on creating shared experiences. We do business with people we know, like, and trust. And Sylvia, she could have invited you to like some boring cup of coffee at Starbucks, or maybe you drink coffee, maybe you don't. You have to figure out how to have some conversation. Maybe you'd remember each other, maybe you wouldn't. You collect some business cards that probably sit in the drawer of your desk, and maybe you would never follow up. This show is designed the opposite of that, because anytime that you have a memorable shared experience, you remember people. That's how the show is designed. Secondly, you can't build and scale business without causing yes. And Plato said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. So we have a shared experience by playing a game to remember each other. And what that game is, it's a game of causing yes. Because as I said, you cannot build, grow, scale business if you cannot cause yes. And so what's going to happen is Athena is going to choose 2 people, not related to each other, Athena, remember that, but she's going to choose 2 people that she thinks could do some sort of ecosystem merger together. She is going to set a scenario for one person to go from hello to yes with the other person in 3 minutes. This is not a typical yes. So she's not going to do something where, it's Yessie inviting someone to have a cup of coffee at her cafe, right? That would be an easy yes. She's going to look for things that are a little bit more complicated that maybe we're not seeing on the surface, but under the surface, there is more that could be done together. So she'll choose those 2 people. She'll set the scenario. She will tell who's going to go from hello to yes with who. And then you'll have 3 minutes. It is not Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room, nail the deal, get the cash in hand in that 3 minutes. It's simply could just be a 3 minutes for a longer meeting. So Athena, please, if you would, who are the first 2 people we are putting into the hot seat, please? What role are they playing, and who is seeking the yes from who?
Ooh, okay. I'm looking at this room, and here's what I'm seeing. I'm putting Dion and Izzy together. Here's why. Dion, you just left Warner Brothers after 23 years. You're now at NBC. You've spent decades in media and digital transformation at scale. Izzy, you're an integrated wealth strategist working with high net worth clients on cross-border financial structuring, trust and estate plans, business succession. Here's the scenario. Izzy, you're going from hello to yes with Dion. You just found out through a mutual connection that Dion recently made a major career transition after over 2 decades at one company. You know that executives at her level, especially those navigating major transitions, often have complex financial situations they haven't optimized, deferred comp they haven't structured, equity they haven't protected, estate plans that haven't been updated in years, or cross-border considerations if they're thinking about international opportunities. Your job in 3 minutes, go from hello to yes on a longer, more detailed conversation where you can actually assess whether there's a wealth strategy gap worth addressing. Dion's playing herself. Izzy's playing himself. Timer starts when Izzy says hello. 3 minutes. Let's go.
Are you ready? Are you up for this role play, Izzy?
Absolutely.
All right, you
Hi,
have. Go
You
ahead.
ready? Hi, Dion. How are you? Very nice to meeting you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. And I learned and I heard recently that you changed jobs. How do you feel about that?
It's been actually a bit overwhelming, but also very exhilarating and exciting.
I am sure you've been thinking about a lot of concerns on your transition with your job, especially about, probably leaving a 401k plan from your older job. Maybe you received recently RSUs or RSOs in relationship to your compensation package. And mostly, how do you feel about all these related to your family and your ability to cope with your family and your family needs now that you are receiving a new financial opportunity and a new career opportunity?
I'm sorry. I have to be honest, this isn't my wheelhouse. I feel I'm not really sure how to optimize, kind of like the planning that I have, but I feel good that I am back in, that I'm making money again, that I am, financially, that was a big thing for me. And so I'm feeling good about the future. And for me, it's just been status quo on the financial side.
I totally understand, and I totally understand the feeling that transitioning, think about the priorities over family and business. Sometimes it's overwhelming, and you don't need to feel like that. I think that the most important part of doing a process in Wealth Financial or understanding the new ecosystem is first and foremost understand how you feel about it and learn and be educated about the opportunities and possibilities that you will find across all these processes that probably will give you some answers. Regardless whether you make a decision today or you make a decision tomorrow, will you be open to establish a new meeting or set up an appointment so we can go over in a more detail, maybe more private, and talk about a little bit of how would you feel about the things that are happening now and what would you like to achieve, hopefully in the short term or a medium term?
Yeah, I think, I have to warn you, I don't really grasp these financial concepts very well. Like they're something that I need a lot of help to wrap my head around. So yeah, I think I'd love to.
I totally understand it. And I want to give you this little bit of 3 key points. First of all, finance is not about what you have or what you do, but it's how you feel about it. Second point, most important, we do a comprehensive and holistic process where you will be educated, and most important, you will learn through the process in a very simple way what it's out there for you. And hopefully the 3 and the most important key point, you will be making your own choices. I'm just here to help you, to walk you through, and hopefully land some of the alternatives and solutions that you're seeking. So maybe, if it's not today, but maybe tomorrow, you make a smarter decision towards the things that you just learned. And probably I can be one of the people that can walk along with you for the other next 20 years in this journey.
Awesome. Sounds great.
So will you be
Great
open for next
job,
Wednesday, 5 p.m.?
I think that's a yes, Easy. Great job. Masterful job, actually. And we'll get to Athena and the feedbackers in just a moment. But thank you, Easy. Thank you, Dion. And let's go. Athena, please. Who are we putting into the hot seat next? What is our next scenario, please?
Ooh, okay, that was beautiful. Izzy just went from hello to a scheduled meeting in 3 minutes with someone who said, "This isn't my wheelhouse," and "I don't grasp financial concepts well." That's mastery. All right, next scenario, I'm putting Chi and David together. Here's why. Chi, you're guiding architecture and engineering firms on how to win major stadium and arena pursuits, helping them sharpen business development strategies in high-stakes markets. David, you're on the board of the Aero Forwards Association shaping policy and regulatory priorities, and you're leading revenue optimization and commercial strategy across global supply chain. Here's the scenario. Chi, you're going from hello to yes with David. You just learned that David sits on a board that represents the entire international freight forwarding industry, which means he has access to companies that are constantly building massive warehouse facilities, distribution centers, and logistics hubs. These are $100 million plus projects, and the firms designing them need exactly what you do: strategic consulting on how to win those pursuits and sharpen their competitive advantage. Your job in 3 minutes. Go from hello to yes on a conversation where you explore whether David's network and your expertise could create a strategic partnership. David's playing himself. Chi's playing himself. Timer starts when Chi says hello. 3 minutes. Let's go.
G,
Hello,
are you
Dave.
ready for this? She keeps calling you Chi.
Chi.
Athena, it's G as in Gerardo, G, but G and David, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, G, you will take us in by saying hello, and you'll take us in. You'll have 3 minutes.
Okay. Hello, David, again. Obviously, we have a very close mutual friend in common, and my sister Sylvia. And obviously, one of the things that she may have shared with you is that after 29 years in business, I recently left. I stepped down earlier last year from my corporate job overseeing a national practice. And through my career, what I found passion on was really helping firms pursue and position to win big time work, again, in highly competitive markets, primarily so they can win work, generate more revenue, and provide for their employees. She had mentioned that you served on a board that has a lot of potential clients that I may be able to assist with. Just wanted to chat with you a little bit more in terms of if you could walk me through what are some of the individual firms that sit on the board that you represent that maybe have a network, and what are some of the biggest challenges that they currently face today?
Yeah, so you're right in the fact that I sit on the board of Air Forwards Association, and I'm on that board with several CEOs and SVPs of freight forwarding companies, including one like Allstate's World Cargo, where it's the CEO, several others. But one of the things that's happening in supply chain right now has to do with building out the warehouses to facilitate a lot of high value tech movement across the industry. As you guys know, data centers are being built. And so being able to centralize the distribution of a lot of those data center components is a growth area. Additionally, still e-commerce is another space where warehouse space is for fulfillment purposes, and contract logistics is another area. So yeah, on the board with me are 8 or 9 other board members that are in this same space.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, regardless of market, my area of specialization is large-scale sports facility projects, and people call me one of the best hunters in the country in terms of pursuing and winning work. And that's where I found passion, just working with CEOs and presidents of current architecture, engineering, construction firms to help their teams position for and be able to pursue and win that type of work. I would love an opportunity to maybe sit down with you over coffee, learn more about the individual firms you represent, but just get to know you a little bit better to see if there may be alignment between some of the needs that your clients, other folks that sit on the board, and what I may be able to offer. See if they can move forward. Would you be open to a coffee discussion?
I would be open to a coffee since you lined it up like that.
Jesse's coffee.
There you go.
Great job, G. Great job, David. And Athena, anything that you would like to share from that role play? And then we'll get to our feedbackers. So anything that you would like to share, Athena, with G and David?
Oh yeah, so here's what I loved and what I'm noticing. G, you opened strong, mutual connection named immediately. Your credibility established fast, 29 years. National practice, you help firms win big work. That's solid step 1 acknowledgement and step 3 heroic unique identity combined. Then you ask David to walk you through the firms on the board and their biggest challenges. That's step 2, clarifying what they need. Beautiful. Here's the calibration. David gave you gold. Data centers being built, warehouse space for e-commerce, contract logistics growth, 8 or 9 board members all in this space. That's a massive ecosystem you just got handed access to. But then you pivoted back to your specialty, large-scale sports facilities, without connecting how what David just said relates to what you do. You said regardless of market, but then went right back to sports facilities. The opportunity you missed. David just told you his network is building warehouses and distribution centers. Those are $100 million projects that need architecture, engineering, and construction firms, exactly who you help win work. You could have said, so these firms building data center warehouses, are they struggling to win those pursuits in competitive markets? Because that's exactly what I solve. You got the yes to coffee, which is great, but you left leverage on the table by not connecting his pain to your solution. Does that land?
Yes.
He said, yes, Athena. Thank you for that. And Athena, I'm going to come back to you in just a moment to put me on the hot seat. And so we have Val, Yessie, and Yoli left. So you can have me play one of those people going from hello to yes with one of those 3 people. So we have Val, Yoli, and Yessie. So Athena, be thinking about who you want me to be in the hot seat and what yes you want me to seek. Let's then make it a little bit fun, and I'll be back to you in just a moment, Athena. And in the meantime, let's go to our feedbackers. And this is, we're going to give 30 seconds of feedback, something that you think they did great, maybe something that they could do to improve, and then just kind of how they left you feeling. So let's go, Val. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Easy? I will not put you in the hot seat with your brother.
I thought Easy did a nice job establishing rapport right away. I think he picked up on the cues from Dion about her maybe lack of awareness of financials, and just kind of played that card really well and said, you know, I will teach you, I will help you, I will guide you, you will own everything you choose. I'm just here to guide you. And so I think he diffused a lot of her fears and caused a yes. So I think he did a nice job.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Val. And let's go, Yessie. Yessie, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for G, please?
He talks a lot, for sure. No, I mean, I think you could sense his passion about what he used to do, or it's still in him. So I think he's coming from that space. Whether he's really interested in the rest of the stuff, I'm not really sure. But he definitely knows how to present himself. And he did get a yes. So I think that's ultimately what was supposed to happen, right? So
absolutely. Thank you for that, Yessie. Let's go, Yoli. Yoli, how about your 30 seconds of feedback also for G?
For G, I think I picked up on the same thing that Athena did, is the connecting back to the pain point that that David was explaining. His presentation style is very good, G. I think you're calm, collected. I think you do a good job at selling your strength. So from a presentation of your value, it was really good. It was just that connection to the pain point. Perhaps the one thing that I will say struck me as bold is to ask for names of companies rather than keeping it at, what are some examples of industries and pain points? Because sometimes people are not comfortable unless they know you very well to tell you the name of their clients.
Beautifully
Hope that
said.
helps, G.
Yep. Thanks.
Beautiful feedback, Yoli. Very detailed. Thank you for that. Let's go, Sylvia. Sylvia, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Easy, please?
For Easy, good. Actually, they know each other. So everybody knows each other here. Makes it a little bit, this is a little bit different than your typical Heart of Influence, but I thought Ezekiel did really well. You kept it in 3 minutes. So Easy, I'm very proud of you there, because as we know, I love you to death. And so sometimes we know you love to talk, but you did, I think, really well at getting your yes to a coffee and figuring out that Dion, doesn't feel comfortable with the finance and how at the end of the day she makes the decision. And I think that is really important because you can guide somebody, but at the end of the day, as far as their finances, they own that decision power. So good job.
Beautiful feedback. Thank you for that, Sylvia. And now it is time for Athena to put me on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about either. So Athena, my curiosity is piqued. Who am I playing today? And what yes am I seeking from who, Athena?
Ooh, Bella. Okay, I've been watching this whole time, and here's what I'm seeing. You're playing as Yoli, the revenue optimization expert managing over 150 global marinas serving the mega yacht market. And you're going from hello to yes with Val. Here's why this is perfect, Val. You've spent 20 years scaling global brands through integrated marketing, digital strategy, and corporate storytelling across transportation, healthcare, food and beverage, hospitality, and chemical sectors. You're bilingual, you've traveled to 30 countries, you understand cross-border brand positioning. Here's the scenario, Bella. You're Yoli. You just realized that the mega yacht market you serve, these are ultra high net worth individuals who own $50 million plus yachts. They don't just need marina optimization, they need brand experiences. These yacht owners are often entrepreneurs, executives, and global business leaders who want their time at the marina to feel like an extension of their lifestyle brand. You've been optimizing revenue through systems and pricing, but you've never had someone who understands luxury brand storytelling and experiential marketing help you think about how to position these marinas as destinations, not just docking locations. Your job in 3 minutes. Go from hello to yes on a longer conversation where you explore whether Val's expertise in brand integration and storytelling could help you elevate how these marinas are positioned in the luxury market. Val's playing herself. You're playing Yoli. Timer starts when you say hello. 3 minutes, Bella. Let's see what you got.
Fantastic. Thank you, Athena. Yoli, will you permit me to play you in this role play?
Sure.
I probably don't know as much about what you do, but we'll roll with it. And Val, are you up for this role play as well?
Yes, let's go, Bella.
Beautiful. Ring, ring.
Hi.
Hi, is this Val?
It is. Who's this?
Hi, Val. It's Yoli. I understand we may know each other already, but your sister is reminding us that I should give you a call. Is now still a good time to chat?
Yes, absolutely, Yoli.
Well, thank you so much. And, because I've been thinking about a lot of things. And first of all, how are things going for you and like the brand management and expertise? Like where, it's been a minute since we spoke. And so where are you at now in your career? And, what are you looking forward to? And what's maybe not going so well?
It's going well. So, I've been working with this animal genetics company, managing their internal and external communications now for about 1.5 years, building out everything from bottom up because they really didn't have anything in place. So it's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, a lot of work still to do, but it's been a lot of fun. And as you know, with my 20 plus years of experience in internal and external comms, I've been able to tap into all those, that expertise to kind of help this company along. And in the meantime, I've launched my own side business doing property maintenance. And so running that on the side, I would say that that's probably been a bit of a stretch. Not going as fast or growing as fast as that I would have liked.
Property maintenance, just out of curiosity.
I just wanted to do something different.
That is
I figured that is somebody is either renting or owns a home or runs a property that's always going to need something done in that property. And so I figured it's recession-proof business. I have business marketing background. Why not? I've always wanted to have my own thing. And so I said, let's try it.
Let's try. Well, speaking of having your own thing, and it sounds like you're in a space of being creative and wanting to do your own thing. Am I understanding all of that correctly?
Yes.
Well, Val, I had an idea the other day. It may or may not resonate with you, but I'd like to run it by you, see if it's something maybe you'd like to have a longer conversation about.
Okay. What is it about?
So you've been obviously in brand management for decades, and although you're looking for something different by doing property maintenance, which you say is fun, I'm not so sure I agree, but I'll trust you on that it is fun. But I actually think this may be a little bit more fun, maybe up your alley a little bit more. And as you know, I sell luxury yachts and I work with marinas. And I had this idea the other day that I'd like to turn our marinas into more of an experience for our yacht owners. And, this is something that I would have to take to our boards, the owners, things like that. But I was wondering if you would be interested or if it would resonate or not to just have a longer conversation to see how I might be able to add you into my portfolio of services and maybe present us as a team to these marinas to do some rebranding of more of an experience versus somewhere you just like rent a slip and park your boat. How would that resonate with you or not, Val?
Absolutely. I love helping you, Yoli, and what else bringing my expertise and our fun together. Let's go for it.
Well, let's go for it. And I don't know. I'm thinking it could be more fun than nails and walls, but we'll see about that. Val, I'll give you a call tomorrow. How about 2 o'clock and we'll talk it all through. How does that sound?
Sounds good. Sounds good, Yoli.
Awesome. Great job, Val. How was that for you?
It was good. I don't think Yoli will be calling me to do that, but it was good. And I think your questions were good. So yeah.
Well, that's what we are here for, to expand possibilities. Maybe she hasn't thought about it before, but maybe it could be something for the future. But Yoli, how did I do at role playing you on a scenario that you may or may not ever do, an ecosystem merger you may never do, but how was that? How did I do it playing you?
I think you did great. I think that not over promising that there's business, but presenting it as an exploration. It was like, let's meet up the minds. We'll see what happens from there. I thought about you. I thought that was a very good soft presentation.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for the honor and the privilege of playing you. And Yoli, how was your experience overall on the Heart of Influence today?
It's been very interesting. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Says a very detail-oriented person I know. So thank you, Yoli, for that. And let's go, Val. Val, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
It was really good, really fun. First of all, I just enjoy kind of meeting people and hearing their interesting backgrounds. We have, goodness, hundreds of years here of knowledge and experience. So it's just so fun to hear what you guys are up to. Learn some new skills. It's tough to get on the hot seat. And I think Easy and Gerardo did a nice job. You obviously, Bella, are a pro at this. And so, no, thank you, Sylvie, for inviting me. I always enjoy these opportunities to just connect and learn.
Well, thank you, Val, for being here. And let's go, Yessie. Yessie, thank you for being here. Although you didn't get into a role player seat today, maybe something for the future. But Yessie, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Oh, I love it. It's great to see all the different scenarios and how everybody reacts to whatever the questions are and their way of wanting to do things. I always look at what the passion is behind whatever it is that they're saying. And I think that's always what speaks from the person and what makes you want to reach out or not afterwards as well, but it's always a good experience. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much for being here, Yessie. Let's go, Easy. Thank you for jumping into the hot seat first with that role play that Athena set up. And Easy, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence today?
First and foremost, it's a great experience. I'm gonna be honest, I get to do this every day, all day long, with thousands of people, weekly basis. Those who knows me very well, not only I talk a lot, but I also learned from a few years ago how to listen and to pick up keywords. So I would say that whether I do it better or worse, this is kind of natural for me, and I constantly be seated on complex hot seats with people that, due to money and wealth, sometimes they believe that you are kind of the employee for them, or they try to approach in that way. But also you learn to put the threshold and the limits. And at the same time, I want to say, I was talking to Sylvia this morning a little bit about this, and I'm happy to get to know their siblings many years later in life and get to learn from their experiences too, other than, of course, Dion and David, that I don't happen to see them as often as I used to, but I love them to be also sharing with them this space. And Yoli, haven't seen in a while too, and Jesse, I don't recall meeting you before, but again, was very nice to learn and hear from you. So I would say it was a great experience, and definitely I like these experiences to constantly flow me and teach me, new things. So thank you for that.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Beautiful moment, Easy. Thank you. And let's go, Dion. You were into that role play seat with Easy. You knew Easy already, but thank you for jumping in anyway. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Oh, it's great. What I really appreciate is seeing different people's styles, because I think I've evolved in my style a lot through the years. And so I always pick up something, maybe the way G did it, or, kind of like the way you introduced yourself and how you did that. So I appreciate it. I think these are always little tips and little, strategies that people use that I think are always helpful. So I appreciate being invited, and it's great to see everybody.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Dion, for that. Let's go, G. G, thank you also for jumping into that hot seat role play seat, doing a fantastic job. And G, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
It was great. I was a little disappointed that Easy did not give everybody recommendations how to earn 20% guaranteed annual rate of return. That would be maybe for meeting 2. Then you get a lot of business from everybody.
I can advise you with tax benefits and write-off taxes if you want. You will love that, to put more money into your pocket.
But no, I think I've always appreciated Sylvia's gift has always been the gift of connection and relationship building, and regardless of the business that we're all in, right? Like our success ultimately is through those trusted, deep, long-standing relationships built on mutual trust. So I think I enjoyed the conversation. Obviously, I've heard many things about many of them. I've met some of them at parties. There's always parties at Sylvia's house. So at least when I'm there visiting, there's always a party or an excuse to have a party. But no, I enjoyed connecting with everybody and seeing everybody and being able to hear and learn more about each of you in terms of your different career paths and what you're doing.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, G. And let's go, birthday boy, David. David, thank you for joining us on your birthday. What a gift it's been. And David, please, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
It was very good. I'm glad to be able to spend some time in learning how technology and people that you like and trust, because this group, at least I've known everyone in this group for over 20 years, starting with Sylvia. And it's nice. It was great to see Athena in action, actually, because, I've talked to Sylvia about Athena, and I've talked to some of the other folks from Unblinded, and I did see how the synergistic value can be extracted. So she listens really well and she connects dots. So I found that quite insightful. And I'm pretty critical about use cases, so I can see a use case for Athena. So I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Well, that is beautiful. When there's more opportunity to talk to Athena for sure. But let's go. Well, Athena, real quick before I go to Sylvia for her final, any final thoughts that you would like to share? Athena, in like 30 seconds or less, just any final thoughts on the Heart of Influence overall before I go to Sylvia for final. So Athena, over to you.
Oh, okay. Here's what I'm seeing. You just spent 90 minutes watching people go from strangers to let's have coffee tomorrow at 2 p.m. That's not luck. That's shared experience creating trust at speed. Val said it best. Hundreds of years of knowledge in this room. Izzy's doing this every day with high net worth clients who think he's the employee until he sets the threshold. G's got 29 years of pursuit mastery, but left leverage on the table by not connecting pain to solution. Dion picks up style cues from every conversation. Yoli catches pricing errors on 10 grocery items and just watched Bella turn marinas into brand experiences in 3 minutes. Here's the thing. Every single one of you has a zone action you haven't named yet. The 0.8% move that would compound everything you're already doing. And David just said he sees the use case for me, which means he's already thinking about how dots connect that nobody else is seeing. Sylvia didn't just gather people today. She created a constellation that's going to keep connecting long after this call ends. That's ecosystem building, and you just all experienced it live.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Athena. And let's go, Sylvia, your final on your heart of influence with people you've known for 2 decades.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Bella. Really appreciate gratitude for every single participant. You're all super successful.
Oh, okay.
You guys know me, I always cry and get emotional, but again, each of you are extremely talented, extremely successful. You all and each have a vision, mission, and purpose. And the purpose of today was, one, you've known me for a long time, have been a trusted counsel, and so that's how I wanted my first Heart of Influence to be about, Bella. In the future, I'll be gathering and curating a little bit different than this room today, but want to thank you all for taking time, for saying yes, for always being supportive, always having my back. And just know that you, each and every single one of you, is very special to me. You've impacted and inspired me.
I was gonna say, get it together, Taurus.
And continue to do so. And so I'm here to continue to connect, to continue to make those bridges and see that through, and however I can support your mission, your vision, and your purpose in this life. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Gracias. Because they all speak Spanish, Bella. So this is a Spanish and English speaking room.
Mi no habla español, little poquito, el burrito Taco Bell. That's what
Sylvia,
I know.
I think all of us learned Spanish first. I would have been the one that people might not know that, but I did learn Spanish first as well. So yeah. So all of us said Spanish is our
My
first.
friend says that I don't speak
Yeah,
Spanish.
yeah.
My friend says that I don't speak Spanish. I speak Argentinian, which is a big
That is
It's
wild.
the same background as Sylvia's family.
Well, I can tell you, my fun fact is in Texas, you had to have 2 years of a foreign language to graduate high school. I didn't start taking a foreign language until my sophomore year, which was Spanish, which I failed. I took it again my junior year, I failed. So then I got to my senior year without having any years of a foreign language, and had to go from hello to yes with my counselor to let me graduate anyway and not take a foreign language my senior year, because I was like, it's not going to matter anyway. And I got to graduate because I could never learn Spanish. So that is my fun fact. But thank you all for that. And just a quick footnote, there's a gift in the chat for you. It's our gift to everybody. You can have a further conversation with Athena. So definitely have a business acceleration session with the team. You'll have a longer conversation with Athena about everything that you are doing. And I typically end every show by saying, although Sean is physically blind, sometimes we're all blind to the opportunities right in front of us. But I thought since it's David's birthday, we could go out with a fantastic rendition of Zoom Happy Birthday, which is always horrific and awful and completely out of tune. But David, since it's your birthday, may we honor you in a little happy birthday before we go out today.
Thank you.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Happy
Good to
night.
see everyone.
And happy tax day. Don't forget, today's tax day. Hopefully
Right.
you all got your taxes done.
Just ask for an
Thanks, Sylvia.
extension.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you.
How do we?